Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you are new here, hi, my name is Ashlyn. I am, was a teen mom to my son Atlas, and I am now 21, so I guess that no longer makes me a teen mom, but I share motherhood content, homestead content, which there will be more homestead content coming soon once we finally get out of this apartment, and I just share like my life on the internet basically. But today's video is going to be a 2023 goals check-in from the video that I did in late December, early January, where I filmed my goals for the year. And I also wanted to do a life update because I feel like it's been a while since I've like gotten in front of a camera, sat down and just talked to you guys, and there is a lot happening in my life, and I kind of wanted to explain why I just disappeared off the internet for quite some time. So yeah, so shortly after I had filmed that video, kind of like in December to March, I got super depressed. Atlas had just had a surgery that was pretty life-changing. It changed a lot of things in our like dynamic as a family. It just caused a lot of extra stress onto me because it was like, I don't know, like I knew what I was going into when we decided to get him that surgery, but it was a lot more of a emotional and mental toll than I thought it would be. And then it just seemed like giving him his meds got 10 times harder. He was throwing up more, he wasn't feeling good, he was sleeping more, he wasn't wanting to eat, and that just like killed me mentally to see my little boy just struggling to do basic simple things without being in pain or feeling sick. So shortly after his surgery, we stopped using his G-tube altogether. For those of you who did watch majority of my videos, you'll see how like back and forth I went with the surgery of wanting to do it, not wanting to do it, wanting to do it, not wanting to do it. And I ultimately decided to do it because I had essentially been talked into it by his doctors, and I thought, you know what, what's the harm in trying? And if I don't try, then there will always be the what if it did make his life better, what if it made my life easier, and all of that, because I didn't just listen to what my gut was telling me, and it was causing him more pain. And I don't want to say suffering, I feel like that's a dramatic word, but it seemed like he was just suffering in my opinion, and it really broke me because I felt like it was my fault because I'm his mom and I'm supposed to do what's best for him. And I was really upset because I didn't listen to my gut, and I was upset with his doctors and And then it seemed like after his surgery, all of his doctors just fell off the face of the freaking earth. And yeah, anyways, so that kind of sent me into like a spiraling depression that just didn't seem like it was ever gonna end. And then you know, I was having my own personal issues, we were dealing with the issues with Atlas, and then just like life just took like a dramatic downhill, and I just could not get myself out of it. And there were other issues, but I don't want to discuss that on the internet. So yeah, it was a difficult time to say the least. And with all of that happening all at once, I didn't realize that I'd like fallen off the face of the earth until I had multiple people message me on Instagram and Snapchat and stuff like that, and saying like, hey, like, where'd you go? You haven't been posting, I haven't seen you on Instagram, you're not posting on TikTok, you're not, you know, like, where'd you go, basically. And you know, so I'd realized like how bad it had gotten because people that weren't even around me in my day-to-day life were noticing. So like a whole, February, March, April, May, June, like a whole 5 months of just a very long depressive episode for me. I wasn't doing very well. And also halfway through from January to now July, a lot of my personal goals had changed, and I'm about to get into that because it has a lot to do with my life update. On my 2023 goals, I had talked about wanting a home really badly, and also wanting to have another kid in the future of this year. And we actually did go look at homes. We didn't find any that we like really cared for, really liked, really felt like it could be home. And so yeah, then that just kind of came to like it looks like I'm not wearing clothes. I just realized that. So then that just kind of came to a stop altogether because it just felt like we weren't getting anywhere with that. And then money became tighter and tighter and tighter until it felt like we literally couldn't breathe anymore, which is why I ended up getting a job, because we're over here looking for homes and are barely making it by as it is. So it was difficult, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. We are still planning on moving out here actually in October on Halloween Day, so October 31st. And we are going to be moving into Andrew's parents' property. They have 2 houses on their property, and we're going to be renting from them. So we're not buying it, we're not owning it, we're just renting it until we find something that we love. Both me and Andrew have agreed that we are no longer doing apartments because we're sick of it. We swear there's always problems no matter where we go. We're really tired of renting. So renting from Andrew's parents, we get to live in a house on a bunch of land. I get to, you know, enjoy myself more, I guess have more freedom in a sense. And so will Andrew, because money won't be as tight for us. So I'm very excited for that. I feel like it's going to give me and Andrew some breathing room to be able to even think of a future, to even think of a home, to even think of a second baby, because it's things that we want. It's just for us, it's not achievable at the moment. And as much as it like sucks to say that, that's just how life goes sometimes. And sometimes I forget that I need to put my trust into God and realize that He has a plan for us, and that I don't have to have life perfect right now. I don't have to have the home. I don't need the second baby. Well, I don't like the way I said that. I don't need a home. I don't need the second baby yet. And things can wait. And then so other from the house, a big thing that I really wanted was baby number 2 to be happening this year. And I still hope it does happen this year, just because I still want Atlas and his hopeful sibling to be close in age. Just because I grew up with a bunch of siblings and I don't think I could have gone through life without them at all, and I want that for Atlas. So as you guys know, Atlas is diagnosed with cystinosis, which is a genetic disease, and with that there is a 25% chance that if me and Andrew had another baby right now, we would have another kid with cystinosis, and that percentage is just too high for me and Andrew to just kind of blindly go into having another baby. We have Atlas's genetic doctor is sending me and Andrew genetic test kits so that we can test ourselves, because there's 2 possibilities. It could have just been a random gene mutation, which is possible, but it's a low possibility that one of us has the cystinosis gene and the other does not. And this was just a random big like bang basically, and it was just a random gene mutation that occurred, which we are hoping is the case, because if that is the case, then if we did have another baby, the percentage of this happening again drops drastically, which would give us a peace of mind with having another kid, because me and Andrew have both decided that we both don't think that we could go through this again. Just a whole bunch of what ifs and a bunch of medical complications, a bunch of meds. It's expensive. Atlas will eventually, there's no stopping it, will eventually have to get a kidney transplant. From my understanding, that's what I've been told, is that it's It's not if, it's when for that situation. And that is a serious surgery, and that costs a lot of money. And I don't want to have to watch not just one of my babies, but multiple of my babies having to go through that. And because there is no cure for cystinosis right now, they're working on one, but it's not approved. And just having to watch him go through all of this and not being able to take any of the pain away from him sucks, and I don't think I could do it again. Which really breaks my heart, because I did always imagine myself having a big family, or at least 2 kids. So depending on the genetic test results will depend on if we have another child. Because if it comes back the way that I'm praying to God doesn't come back, is where we both have the genes, so we still have a 25% chance of having a kid with cystinosis, then I don't think that we'll be having another baby. But we still do have options, which would be IVF. We can have another kid through IVF, because we can do like genetic testing to make sure that the baby does not have cystinosis before the embryo is transferred. Sorry. But IVF is really expensive, and like I've been saying, money is super tight for us. So I don't think that's a possibility for us like anytime soon at all. It's like thousands of dollars that we don't have. So anyways, so moving on, I'm gonna attempt not to cry for the rest of the time. But I did want to share my goals with you guys, because I did change them, like I said earlier. I did want to discuss some things that I've been very interested in, things that make me happy, things that bring joy to my days, and that has been reading. And I would like to show more reading content on my channel if that is something that you guys are interested in. I don't know how many of you guys read or would be interested in that, but if it's something that you would like to see on my channel, if you could comment down below if that's something that you want to see. Sorry, it just got really cold in my apartment, like out of nowhere. I also just remade a sourdough starter. RIP Jane Doe. I need a new name for this sourdough starter. I do plan to have a garden and a chicken coop of my own. So I'm very excited for that, and I'm thinking about getting chickens February of this year. Well, not this year, of 2024. So I'm kind of aiming all of my 2023 goals to kind of prepare me for 2024, to make me a better version of myself, a better mother, a better godly woman, a better wife, and just a better human being in general, and doing things that I love, and finding myself again. That is not just motherhood. I would like to bring that to my channel, because I feel like my videos are starting to get super repetitive. It's all motherhood, and through my depression, I realized that I was once again losing myself into motherhood, and I realized that I needed to do more things for myself, and I had to get over the guilt of that, especially because Atlas isn't just a normal kid. He does have medical complications, and it feels so selfish, and I feel so guilty when I do things for myself, or me and Andrew go on date nights, or I just do anything for myself or anyone else other than him. I feel so guilty for, because I don't know, but I do. And I had to realize that no one's taking care of me, and I need to take care of myself more. And just because I'm a mother doesn't mean that my entire world has to revolve around being a mother, and that there's still pieces of Ashlyn left in me, and it's not just mama or anything like that. It's I'm basically trying to get my groove back, and I want to show that on my channel and bring reading content and bookish content and homestead and chickens and things that, I don't know, just make me happy too, and not just showing the motherhood side of me. I want to show all of me, basically. I want to kind of go back to my goals, because another big thing was me treating creating content like a career, and I definitely stopped doing that. That is for sure. I did really good in January. I had a really good month in January. I actually made a lot of money off of my content in January, and then I just fell off the face of the earth. If you look on this, almost none of this is crossed off, like literally none. I think there's one thing crossed off, and it's read current books and learning how to cook from scratch, which I also added onto my 2023 goals before I just made an entirely separate page. So yeah, when I kind of went to like check off my goals or check on my goals, I looked at these goals and I realized that this is not what I necessarily wanted out of life anymore. And it changed so fast. I swear it was like February, March when I'm like, I hate every single one of these goals that I wrote down. Except for the family goals. I really do like the family goals, like have more family time, become closer to God, cook more as a family, take Atlas out more and strengthen our marriage, and read the entire Bible. I like those goals. I still like my social media goals. I feel like it's more the personal goals that I don't like. So I did rewrite them. And the social media ones are still the same. The family ones are kind of the same. It's go to church, have one family day every week, strengthen our marriage, preschool Atlas, because I do want to homeschool Atlas, and I want to start him on preschool this year since he will be turning 3, and I kind of fell off of that last year, and I wanted to kind of give him a little jump start and kind of create a routine in our life, even if he necessarily wasn't learning anything, but I wanted to go out and do fun things for him that he was learning and just kind of be more present in the moment as a mom too. And then potty train Atlas, which is going to be difficult with his diagnosis, because if you don't know, his diagnosis makes him constantly thirsty, which also means he's constantly peeing. So potty training has been a freaking pain in my ass, and we were doing really good, and then out of nowhere he just started like on this like kick where he didn't want diaper changes, he didn't want to wear his big boy underwear, he didn't want to even go near the potty or any of these things. So it was just like we went so well, and then all of a sudden he was like, no, not having it. And the personal goals, I've actually done a lot better on these than I did the ones that I created more than 6 months ago. And they were plant and harvest one plant, which I did. I planted multiple plants and I harvested multiple things from my plants, which is always so cool. So I actually planted flowers this year because I wanted them to be ready by Mother's Day, because instead of buying a bouquet of flowers, I wanted to make my own bouquet from flowers that I grew myself. I also had a tomato plant, a jalapeno plant that did amazing, and I got multiple tomatoes and multiple jalapenos from that plant. And then I also had a strawberry plant, which I got multiple strawberries from. I had a cucumber plant, I didn't get anything from that. And then what else? I had basil, cucumber, eggplant. Those are the 3 that I did not get anything from, and rosemary. Didn't get anything from those. Those did not do so hot. Read the entire Bible. I'm actually like halfway through the Bible right now, which is so crazy because that is like the biggest book I think I will ever touch in my entire life. Learn how to make 50 grocery items from scratch. I've made 20 grocery items from scratch. And not just food, I've also made like cleaning materials and stuff like that. Create an income for myself. I did mark that one off because I had a job, and I no longer have a job, so it's like half crossed off. So learn about gardening, that one is crossed off. Learn about canning, I want to learn how to preserve the foods that I will hopefully harvest from my garden next year, but I have not gotten to that yet. Buy new clothes. That is a almost must for me. That needs to happen this year because none of my clothes fit me anymore. My thighs and butt got so big after pregnancy that nothing below the waist fits me anymore. My shirts fit fine, dresses fit fine, but shorts and pants, none of them fit except for like one pair of pants. And then learn about homesteading, which is also crossed off. Get ready more often. That one's not crossed off. I'm still struggling with that one. I don't feel the point of getting ready when I'm not leaving the damn house. Read 50 books and then read 75 books. And this year in total, anyways, I've read something like 20 something books at this point. Please, 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 please comment videos you want to see, ideas that you think would be cool to see on my channel. Even if you don't think it's something that I would necessarily do, just put it out there and maybe it would be something that I could create content on. Or things that you wouldn't enjoy seeing, would enjoy seeing, the gardening, the baking, the reading, or if you do enjoy more motherhood content, or I don't know. But yeah, anyways, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And yeah.